boys and girls. Today we're going to start a project called Small Hands Change the World. Each student's going to create a hand similar to this one that has their name on it and then things about them. They're going to go on the bulletin boards that you've seen around the school that say Small Hands Change the World. So to do that, we are going to start in our learning log and we're going to do some planning. The first thing that I want you to do is write the date on your notebook, and then you can write Small Hands next to it so we know what project it is, okay? And then either on the left page or the right page, I want you to trace your hand. So there I have my hand traced. On the other side, I'm going to make a list of what I'm going to put on my hand. So the first thing that we're going to add is something that we're good at, and that's going to go on the thumb. So here on this thumb, you can see I drew a pan and some flowers because I'm good at cooking and gardening. Okay, number 2 is my favorite color. My favorite color is green. Number 3 is my favorite animal, horses. Number 4 is my birthday. My birthday is June 2nd, or you could write it with the number that represents the month and then the number that represents the day, and then your class code. I'm going to pretend that I'm in Mrs. Smith's class and that I'm an A-Day student. Okay, so there I have my list. Now, each of those things is going to go on your thumb or your fingers. So on your hand, we will come back and add those, but before we do that, I want you to first add your name to your arm and into your hand. When you do that, the letters should fill the space, so they should touch the top and the bottom. I'm going to write my last name because you call me by my last name. So I'm trying to do black letters. There's a couple ways to do them. You can do them like I did the G, where I just draw the outside and then the inside. Or you could break it down into rectangles. Or you could make them bubble letters, which are like black letters but rounded edges. You can do a mixture of upper and lower case if that works better for the space that you're trying to fill, but notice I'm going from one side of my hand to the other side. Okay. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to add things to my fingers and my thumb. Your number 1, the something you're good at, should go on your thumb. So I put cooking and gardening, so I'm going to add some flowers again. And maybe I'll do my pan going this way instead. Maybe a vine this time. Okay, and then my favorite color is green. I could fill the whole space with the letters again. Horses are my favorite animal. I struggle to draw horses, so I'm just going to draw some hoof prints. Here, my birthday, I could fill a space like I did with green, or I could write it over and over again. And maybe make it some big ones and then some small ones. Find a pattern. And then my class code. Oh, I forgot the 3, so we'll squeeze it in there. All right, so now I have that planned out. The last thing, number 6, that it says on the Smartboard is the lines for each zone. So we've been talking about zones of regulation. And in between your letters, I want you to draw a line pattern that represents those feelings. So for instance, if I'm thinking about the red zone, maybe a line that's really jagged reminds me of being angry. Okay? If I'm thinking about the yellow zone, frustrated, maybe something that looks like spiraling circles would make me feel frustrated, like my frustration is radiating out. The green zone is happy, a wavy line, or a dotted line, or a mixture of the two. And then the last one is sad. Maybe I'd have something with like down arrows or raindrops. I can make a pattern between the two of them. And then I can repeat these lines again to fill these spaces that I haven't filled yet. So there, I've finished my plan. When you have finished your plan, please share this with your teacher and they will let you know the next step.